Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, fowls in the frith, fisses in the flood, and I'm on Waxewad, and Tim. It's been about a week since I actually played Great Caliban, mostly due to having difficulties finding somewhere to record. So, exactly how things are going to go is going to slightly depend on how well I can remember what's happening. Now, I believe we just broken the is it there? No, it's the research station. We have just broken, yes, the there we are, the shattered remnants of the Temple of Light. Well, actually, I think the shattered remnants from the Temple of Light might be a bit... Sorry, those are our shattered remnants. Let's, whoops, sorry. These are the shattered remnants of the Temple of Light. I feel like there's a mixed up, because I'm pretty sure we don't have blue lasers. Do we have blue lasers? I need to check that, because so we've got the long shot, the short spear. We got shard throwers, not blue lasers. Yeah, thought that was right, because we have the long spears to act as a sort of to balance out our armada a bit. I believe we're pulnar, short spear, long spear. Yeah, mostly pulnars, a few short spears, a few long spears. Anyway, the point is we've recently crushed the Final Crucible. So one of the things we'll want to do, and we already have someone en route. We already have Ras en route to investigate. Fantastic. Well, whilst that's going on, let's consider doing a little bit of housekeeping. Oh, one of the pieces of housekeeping we can do is actually worth mentioning, especially because we're not using Corgi at the moment and he's in a good position to do it, is if we talk to the Raltech Star Consciousness for a moment, our fine local, well, friends, certainly not allies, but, you know, and we're in no position that we can invite them to an alliance. Well, maybe eventually. I mean, if we wanted to, we could ally. It's worth considering. You know, I mean, it's a drain on your. It is a drain on your influence to maintain an alliance, but it could work out for us. We do have some beliefs aligned. Could work out. So yes, we're glad to see Chancellor Hephanir is interested in constructive discussion and transactions, unlike so many power-hungry rulers. Yeah, speaking of which, I would like to offer a trade deal. We want to, again, size my screen, we don't have the, oops, full-length one. Communications. Sorry, offer trade deal. So, we want... Alright, we're demanding, aren't we? Good. I wonder if they're interested in mineral transfer at all. Oh, they could be. Well, I mean, let's just quietly see how much we can do. Oh wow, they are. Okay, that's not possible. That's fine. But they are apparently loaded up on minerals. We could, again, not that many, but we could. Oh, huh? Oh, do excuse me. We might have something that we can offer them. No, not star charts. No, they're certainly not doing station rights or anything. No. Just worth checking if that's worth anything to them. Oh, balls. I didn't mean to do that. One moment. I don't want to start a diplomatic incident. Well, maybe it won't cause a problem. Let's find out. Unpause things. Also, I have a new computer, so if things are a bit... Yeah, they've rejected the trade deal. That's fine. I hope this hasn't resulted in a diplomatic incident. Border friction, embassy, bright materialists. Yeah, okay. So they're not pissed off with us. Good. That was just... These problems happen, you know? Sometimes there are mistakes. So we'd like civilian access. That's doable. Military access is obviously not doable in the slightest. because well, I think we just I think they just don't like us particularly. That's we're not allies. Military access is that right, but civilian access is something we can do for 10 years, and we can probably offer them non-aggression pledge. I don't know if we want a non-aggression pledge. We might change it last minute and need to crush them. We can in turn offer them a few years. It's not really worthwhile, is it? Really, that drops the deal length. Huh. But what we can do is, for 11 years, we can offer them... No? How much they want in minerals? More than I'm willing to give them. How much they want in instant transfer of energy? Okay, so... For 75 energy, because, you know, we need this more than they do. And mutual civilian access, they're willing to agree to limited open borders. We need this because it will allow us to put Corgi the Unstable. It needs to be 1, doesn't it? 1, not 0. That's the rule. My mistake. Again, they're not pissed off. It's fine. I think they're not pissed off. They're not pissed off. It's fine. It's just negotiation. You know, this is how it works. Civilian access. Civilian access. Does that even make a difference to them? And what happens if I just go, here, have some energy? Well, it takes a bit more energy. That's what one thing it does. But for the high price of 151 energy, I can get 10 years of civilian access from them. No, okay. I'll take it. Come to think of it, just out of interest, how high can I push that? I can push that for 13 years. Call it 12. You know, give them a little leeway. I think that's a reasonable exchange, and it will get us to the Stellaris, which some of you may recall is one of the locations of the Final Crucible. After much deliberation, Overlord Yorin the First has decided to accept your trade proposal. Excellent. So, what we can do is we can send Corgi to the Stellaris. Yes. And then we can send him right back home to Himtaras. Because I have no intention of him sticking around to get blown up by Final Crucible ships. But it will give us an opportunity to look in there. We can't actually send our fleet to resolve this, I'd just like to say. But what we can do is we get our good friends to sort out this problem for us. As there will be enemy fleets in our terrain as well. Territory as well. In their territory as well, even. Branham's doing nicely. That Mindara isn't within our space, it's within their space. Fine. In that case, what we need to do is we've got the minerals. What sort of buildings can we make? Can we Skugumar? You see, that's the thing. It's mostly a question of trying to get our space large enough to accept different things. All right, Tiblik is within our space. We have 180 minerals. We should energy. Yeah, I was going to say otherwise we should be able to just mass build mining stations. Well, we can manually do it. It's fine. Mining station. No, not military station. Thank you. Mining station. Mining station. Oh, fun fact: when we have minerals and energy to burn, which we don't right now, I will be able to start putting out defensive platforms, which are essentially just stripped down and have nothing in them, for the express purpose of serving as listening posts. You know, expanding these little green sensor arrays in every direction, so that we at least have some idea of where we are putting things. Where we are putting things, and where things are being seen. But we'll see if it works. I don't know. Right. What are we doing? In a world so vast, where entire civilizations are like single threads in a weave, it is one of the great fortunes that the commonality of Kavob even, and great Caliban would end up intertwined. Oh, my stutter's really acting up today. Anyway, that's enough of that. We need to work on our mineral production a bit more, frankly. That might be a little easier depending on having... See, Adranka's world is just terrible for minerals. It is fantastic for, you know, a certain amount of production of just, you know, society research in particular. Like, that does really well, but just actual mineral production?
Evading hostile fleet.
Ha. Yes, we finally found them. So, heading to the Stellaris, where our fellow is probably... Yes, evading hostiles, he'll be returning home as quickly as possible. But in the Stellaris, we have, I believe, just Wrath of the Spirits. Yeah, we just have 4 corvettes. It's no trouble. The only problem is, we're not in a position to attack. So Corgi just flat out needs to run away, which I assume he's working on doing. At least I strongly hope
System
so.
survey complete.
Yeah, moving to Hemtaras. He'd better, because otherwise he was emergency warping. Oh goodness, thank you. So Pagitaron has been fully surveyed. I don't even know where that is. Oh, it's down there. Yeah, so we're sort of quietly expanding southwards a bit. I know that north and south is a bit of a ridiculous concept in a galactic environment, but we'll, you know, let it be for now. I actually should send the fleet out. Everyone's returning home, so I can bind them together. Fine. I should send the fleet out to deal with crystalline entity in Beta Aquili. No, that's Olamak the Learned. Olamak's on... Oh, it's Haganon. Right, so... I think Olamak... Crystalline entities are bad. Get out of Dodge and start going from there, alright? Yeah. We don't want to hang around crystalline entities too much. It's a bad time. Although there is nicely there is a tundra world down there if we want to expand, which eventually we will. How big is it? 16. Okay, so homeworld sized. Could be doable. We won't probably do anything with it, but we could. And you know, it's the little things that count. Speaking of which, no, I need to put. First of all, I need to merge these 2 fleets. Okay, once those are repaired, I will need to send them to clear out any problems over in the Hur black hole, and then we can start doing some decent physics research there. Speaking of research, what are we up to at the moment? Arctic world colonization. Fair enough. We're improving the warp drive, and there's work on fusion missiles, although presently we're experimenting with the drill. Okay, so we have defeated the cultist forces encountered so far. Well, no. I think the enemy. I think our neighbours have destroyed the cultist forces encountered so far, for the most part. But these engagements have raised a number of alarming questions. The Placid Leviathans, bit of a game bug there. The Final Crucible has been deploying far more ships than they could possibly have built in secrecy on Caliban. And now they've patted a large warship of an unknown design against us. Indeed, the very Temple of Light itself. Where the hell are these ships coming from? Are there more warships like the one we just destroyed? We should investigate the battle debris for answers.
Situation log updated.
We just finished investigating the battle debris. Excellent. After sifting through the debris left by the strange cultist warship we discovered. What is that? Cult defense fleet. Okay, so we're about to have some trouble. Let's drop levels, speed down. Cultist warship we destroyed. Our scientist believes they may have divined the source of the ships the Final Crucible, has been throwing against us. Fragments from a log file mentioned some kind of abandoned alien shipyard discovered by the cultist ships fleeing Prospero. They've been using the automated shipyard to reinforce their numbers, and now they are even producing new ships from alien templates found within the station's memory banks. This cannot be allowed to continue. Indeed. The shipyard must be destroyed. Additionally, I need to just quickly check where our mandate progress is. Yes. Battle debris. I think we've already seen that.
Situation log updated. Science ship under attack.
Yeah, we've had that twice now. Where's our oh, hello. So that's Ilmac the Crusader in Brakma investigating, and oh look! The Final Crucible fleet is right there. Yeah. Ilmac, get the hell out of Dodge. We need... Oh wow, we're going to need a full-sized fleet to deal with this. A full-sized fleet at that. No, I think it's time... yeah. Let's get the emergency FTL going because we do not have time... We cannot deal with this right now. Yeah, pull out. That's Ilmac for us. Oh, good lord, no, we definitely don't want to go to Brakma. Right, yeah, so you're heading to Legiers, I think. I hope you're heading to Legiers. Anyway. Cancel any other orders. Let's get you down to... probably the Stellaris, actually. After this. Actually, let's get you home repaired. We don't want to lose Ilmac the Crusader. Any more than we want to lose Haganon, which we certainly don't want to lose. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to devote most of our forces to constructing fleet ships. We do need to build spaceports at some point. But... well, here's the question. What do we lose by not reinforcing Brakma? Well, eventually the cultists are going to produce more ships, they're going to overcome our sovereign soil, and they're going to give us hell. That's a beggar, and it's something that we're going to need to deal with. But right now, sorry, going to just put the speed back up. Right now, I think it's more important to get economic needs sorted out. So, yes, you're healing. Corgis, pull back. One of our buildings in there, isn't it? Oh, got it. Right, yes, we have a fellow who has backed out. Do we even have progress going? We do. Okay. Because of migration to a Dranker's Holding. Right, yes, I remember now. That may not have been the best choice on my part. Oh well, it's done now. What we really want is... in fact, can we cancel migration, the line of opportunity? Because we have, we have a pretty full... We have pretty full numbers. I mean, I guess I could... No. We make most of our minerals from mining stations. It's not really worthwhile. We do have an orbital research mandate, and we are re-elected in 3 years, just under. So I suppose we'd best get some research done. It is a requirement. We are contractually obliged to do so. First though, once we've got this fleet rebuilt, let's get to the Hua black hole, let's kill off these crystalline entities, giving us such guff. And then we can install a physics research position. I think we're actually starting to run out of research posts in these parts. No, there is in Rhine. Regin? I'd call it Rhine for the moment, actually. I don't know why, it sounds right. Ligiers isn't an option, but Grugamora does have something we can work through. And I think it is within our space. Okay, so if nothing else, it's an option. Alright, I'm not getting any crystalline entities in the black holes, so I assume from that they have moved on their merry way. Which is fantastic. Let's build a research station for now. We can frankly, being able to, not surprisingly, it's crazy engineering research. It's observing a black hole in motion. It's pretty, it's pretty sexy. Rhine isn't within our space, so that's actually doesn't matter. Never mind, we can't do that. Gugamora is, if we're lucky, well, if Chancellor Hephanir is lucky at any rate. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Chancellor Hephanir is indeed lucky. That's very good for. Oh, that's very good for her. I'm not so lucky in that I have to spend a certain amount of effort on forcibly researching things. Would admit I'm not necessarily that interested in doing that all the time. Might be an idea to build up those. Oh yes, the clock should be moving a little bit faster now on fastest because I have completely moved to a new laptop. One which has expanded memory, more storage space, and importantly has all of its keys working still. Doesn't require me to remap the entire keyboard to get it to function. The internal graphics driver doesn't collapse at the drop of a hat, forcing me to restart whole games. To say nothing of the difficulties with rendering videos. Need I go on, really? Oh, Hemtaras, yes, I can't remember if that was good, awful, awful. Wow, awful. Bralix. Bralix was the good one. The good one with a lot of minerals, actually. Ooh. That could entirely be worth doing. All right, so here's the question then: with Ilmac, can we get to there? No. All right, let's talk for a moment to the commonality. Know that you are in our prayers, friends, despite your misguided philosophies of materialism. Lovely. Right, we want access for our science ships. We are prepared. What is it going to cost us? We have energy credits. That's something we can do. Okay. Excellent. Call it. So, how low can we get? 125. Yeah, call it an even 130. Why not? An extra month of production. That'll give us civilian access for 10 years. Should be all right. It'll allow us to continue research, continue expanding, searching northwards, and just generally not, gives Ilmac something to do. Ilmac's repaired. We know a good deal when we see one. I don't know why the commonest nationality of Kavob has West Country accents, but apparently these fungus types do. I'm going to assume there is an error with the translation matrix. Thanks. Let's send Ilmac out on a bit of study. I'm sure that Russ is very happy to actually have something else to do. That's probably enough for the moment. We're going as ever, we're continuing to have quite a fragmented empire. Our construction ships are eventually going to build everything we need. Don't worry too much. Speaking of worrying, what are our priorities? Our priorities are: we need to build up our fleet. We need to fulfill our election mandates. At this point, I'm seriously considering having someone else elected, like maybe even Hagamon, if only for the goddamn reason that I won't have to keep building all of these research stations. I mean, it's exhausting. Oh dear lord. We could send off the fleet for some exercise, crush that crystalline entity, set up a new settlement. I mean, an early effort of expansion can be harmful, considering normally you have a hard core sector planet limit of 5, but our core sector limit is increased by 2, so we've got a bit more we have actually a fair bit more, I'd call it give, more than anything else, before we have to start worrying. Right, head to Grigamara, start building all of the research stations necessary to fulfill our mandate. Why not? Yeah, we have the minerals. Speaking of minerals, we do need to continue expanding. Oh yeah, sorry, that's probably a little distracting. Take off some of the details and yeah, it's all looking a little easy now. That Haganon is just going to continue researching down south. He's got plenty to be scanning. This shouldn't really be a concern. Ninth Armada is on its way. Oh, Caliban. Caliban's going to have to wait to build a private colony ship until we have more minerals. As ever. I think we're pretty good. Vigilist, Fanatic Materialist, Individualist, Fanatic Materialist, Fanatic Materialist, Fanatic Materialist, Fanatic Materialist, Fanatic Materialist, Fanatic Materialist, Fanatic Materialist.
System survey
good.
complete.
That's what I wanted to know. Ah, Corgi has finished studying the black hole. Excellent news, Corgi. Almost as excellent as your bizarre name.
Research complete.
Yeah, do some running. Oh, fusion missiles. Oh, you could not have come at a better time. These updated space-to-space missiles have more powerful fusion warheads and improved flight performance. And as a nice little bonus, they actually do have a little longer range, do a little bit more damage. Who's giving us trouble? Oh, crystalline entities. That's specifically what I sent the fleet off to kill. Betharian and refining. Refining or destroyers. Betharian refining is quicker. It'll help us meet some power deficits that are surely to come. Anti-meta missiles are downright sexy, but destroyers are going to give us a range advantage that I want. Also, bigger, sexier ships. The game's a little unbalanced at the moment because corvettes are too powerful. Sod it, roleplay. I'm going to do this the way I want. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Let's back. We're going now. No. Wait, that's another. Where's the Ninth Armada? Ugh. No, sort that. Cancel your existing orders. Debate Aquile. Okay, so it's Mublar that there is a godlike number of elite ruby crystal sovereign beta. Oh good lord! No! No! We are staying well away from that. Also, there's a tomb world here. A rocky world with a nitrogen oxygen atmosphere, eh? Is currently experiencing a nuclear winter with dense levels of sooty aerosols in the atmosphere. High levels of surface radiation, minimal signs of life. Okay, we're getting out of here. Abort. Just run. Get the heck out of Dodge. Stop. Just do research where you can. Stay the hell out of Mublar. It's not happening. Sorry, Russ, but no. No. Running away time. Running away time. Oh, thank goodness, I thought I bolted them in bloody transit. That was going to cause us problems. The good news is we know where the cultists are. The bad news is we know where the cultists are. Speaking of which, yeah, we've still got 1,200 dares, it's fine. Oh, and I think we can even do some, once we've done a little bit more, probably
situation log updated.
Iota aliens in the Athana system. Ah, hello. Oh, it looks like they even have their own, yeah, their own world. Everything's set up. Nice. Looks like we've stumbled into an empire. All right. I mean, that's potentially nice. It's potentially an absolute bastard, depending on what difficulties it gives us. But let's. What are we doing? Oh, it's a colonization. We can spend the time. Yep. Spend 6 months. Let's learn a little bit about these fellows on our border. Well, our neighbours' borders, anyway. the Kavobs. It's an interesting time. Speaking of interesting times, you don't have that. I think we might actually be out of time. Ninth Armada, crush them. Crush them like fragile, cracky bugs. Put an end to their kind. These green crystal like entities.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Oh my goodness, look how smoothly. Okay, so we're within the borders of the Murathan hierarchy. It's a bit of bastard, but okay. The Crusaders, so we've entered the territory. Oh, and we've also discovered a presence of a primitive alien civilization on Nardex. They are presently in what could be considered a late medieval age, with a firm grasp of metallurgy and a feudal society. The printing press is accelerating the spread of knowledge. We should consider building an observation post above their world to study them more closely. Where is that? So that's in... Oh, that's however in Imurath and Hierarchy states. And they, I think, have their own mining station. I assume observation post. Yeah, they have their own observation post. They're observing these natives. Maybe they're just, you know, gaining scientific data. Maybe they're actually uplifting them. Either way, these guys are big. Like, that's actually a pretty hefty size. Okay. I think it's been about 40 minutes, close to. I'm going to call a break here. Yes. Take care of various needs. And I think we'll leave by watching with this little battle. Also, battles can actually sort of take place. It's quite interesting. That was being a little rough. Alright. I think I definitely want to Where is it? Yeah, we're at risk of losing it. I think.
Situation log updated.
Still, we have made some way. And that at least is something worth, worth investigating. So Beta Aquila is free for us. The Ninth Armada should return for repairs, really. Back to Prospero. Yep, no access, no access. We've encountered the presence of a pre-space alien civilization on Dukalex this time. There is evidence that they've harnessed the power of the atom, and nuclear weapons may be prolific amongst their many divided nation-states. The possibility of a sudden self-inflicted extinction event is high. This is in Gilprim. Alright, so this is a desert world. It's a bit away from us, in terms of what we can terraform. We have the Garguxtons. Okay. They are a bit of a dense species, frankly. They are natural engineers, and they have a preference for desert worlds. That could be useful. Oh, and they're even pacifist materialists, which sort of broadly goes in line with our beliefs. They have primitive farms, primitive factories. There is some hope for them. Unfortunately, a lot of their world is covered in quicksand, which is a problem. It's mountain ranges, chasms. If we were to actually bring them into our fold, it would be a problem. We'll have to consider exactly what to do about that. But when we settle Beta Aquilae, if our influence extends over Gilprim, we should be able to install an observation post. Also, what? They might have wanted to save on... No, I don't actually know what they wanted to save on. Maybe they just wanted to, use their embassy somewhere else, probably, actually. You get a limited number of them, so it's entirely reasonable. Right. For now, though, fare thee well.